please download the Writer's Block app right now. Challenge my beat on the I Got 20 on my beat, the hardest song with the most votes. You already know we're going to get your free feature from Boots. You already know you're going to get the free feature from me. Whoever get the most votes, you gonna win. So you gotta go win.
So the first tier was the guys who were grandfathered in. Mm-hmm. It's the 4 new up and coming battlers that have graduated. Mm-hmm. And then it may be a sprinkle of a few other people that we are gonna place, but the guys who are the starting faces, which would have been Brick by Brick 1, mm-hmm. that's gonna be Dev, Delvo, J Slash, Dev, Delvo, J Slash, Larry Bull, J Breed.
Right.
Those are the 5, and pray to God I'm not missing anybody. Those are the 5 that started this brick by brick process.
Right.
So in this process, you're gonna battle mid tiers, or you're gonna battle low top tiers, or top tier in certain people's minds, or top tier that are tenured, who have just
more experience,
seasoned battlers. I'll say it that way.
I like that.
Battlers. That it's a two-way street. Again, it's an element from a blood, sweat, and tears, and a lifted soul. Well, maybe a little bit of lifted soul, but more so the on-site, because this is where you can, as you're going through the process, you can get that name that is more seasoned than you, mm-hmm. as you go through the phases. Mm-hmm. Now, while we're training you, mm-hmm. To learn those different things you need to learn, we have a supremacy part of it that's going to come up. Okay. Now you have to battle each other. Once everybody has leveled up, you're going to battle each other. Okay. And from that part, as ARP explained on his, I don't think it was the last blog, it may have been the blog before that. That's when ARP and Shata and Ant are looking and saying, I think they're ready. Okay. Wayne Lawrence, I'm gonna take this person from you. It's a one and done.
They're my responsibility.
They're my responsibility now. Okay. So this process, what I need for a lot of the battlers to know, let me say this. Since that post I made, I do appreciate all of the footage that's been sent, hey, just checking to see, or whatever. Trust and believe, I see everything. I'm a whole lurker. Even if it looks like I didn't look, I looked, because I use my phone. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all my secret.
Oh man.
My phone will show me the text message when you see it. All I gotta do is drop, my phone, I did it. All I gotta do is drop down.
See it.
And I can see it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? That my daughter, I have her account on mine, so I can see everything she watches. So yeah. Got to make sure you survey the kids.
Of course. You're a mom first.
I'm a mom first. Yeah. So I can see, my shit drops down, so I can see. Oh Lord. Okay, I was making sure that didn't show Danny's number. I can see when you send me stuff.
Right.
If I'm not getting right back to you, trust and believe I'm not ignoring you. I see you though. And what I do is I write your name down. And by your name, I have like 4 of these. 4 of these. Okay?
Okay.
Full time is in. They're 94 cents. So I got 4 of these right now just for my 1SKs. And 2.5 are full.
Organization, people. Organization.
And again, the reason I had to do it though. The reason I had to do that was because before a lot of people really knew that this is what I was doing, because Lawrence would be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Send me the footage. Or you know what, Wayne, hit up Wayne. Let me give you her information. Lawrence told me to hit you up. Lawrence, why you just didn't look at the footage and then send it? So y'all, I get bombarded. I'm throwing him all the way under the
Oh
bus.
man. Hey Lawrence, I'm gonna have to talk to you, bro. I'm gonna have to talk to you,
And
bro.
they do it on my Facebook page, on my Twitter, on my Instagram. So y'all, please believe me, I will not ignore you. I am definitely looking, you know what I mean, at everything you send me. But at the same time, you got to understand, you weren't the first to come to me.
Mm-hmm. You got to get in line. You got to get in line.
There is a line. There is a line. Let me say this too. Additionally, don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a look. There's in the grand scheme of things, there is a look that you gotta have. This is why you have in main. Let's example mainstream entertainment, music, whatever. There is a look.
Yep.
And what some people can't do, they ghostwrite.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
So I'm not saying that this platform is not, or this development and this 1SK process is not to allow every single one of y'all the opportunity. Understand that. You go
through a certain set of eyes that
you go through.
They determine whether you deserve that opportunity.
If you deserve the opportunity,
simple as that.
If you fit the objective, and then your rapping comes into play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be honest with yourself.
Yep.
And then the other parts go, because I am a lurker. The other part comes by way of, ARP may not mind certain shit, but because I am so passionate about this process, don't use me. We don't do contracts. We would never do contracts. And there's, the reasons being for those. A lot of things they do off of loyalty. They just feel like they don't have to do contracts. You know what I mean? And that's fine. I can respect that. You know what I mean? But the biggest point of the matter is that, again, they're not a league. They're not trying to be. There is a process that we're putting in place that we still will not put you under contract, because whatever we can do for you, if you find, because again, the brick by brick process to the ladder, a lot of it is going to be you investing in yourself.
Absolutely.
If you can get an opportunity that is consistently paying you, then you do that. We, by all means, do that. We would never want you to hinder you. You know what I mean? From an opportunity to finally pay for your investment to pay off. Let's just put it that way. You understand? So they're fair about that. I was told, don't get my feelings hurt if certain people call for certain people. And it's like, you know what? I wouldn't get my feelings hurt. That has nothing to do with it, because I don't look at it like that. I look at it as, hey, I did something right.
Okay.
I got them where they were trying to go. You know what I mean? Because we do have those conversations. I have a whole interview process beforehand.
Absolutely.
To see where your mind is at. And some people, I feel like, okay, you're coming over to the brand because you kind of got rejected other places. You feel me?
You really are just opening all of the doors. You're letting
I give no fucks.
Yeah, listen. Give no fucks. I knew this was gonna happen, and that's why I told her before I told her before I hit record. I said, "Listen, I'm not stopping time. I'm not letting you get your rounds off. Like, I'm not stopping time. You ain't got."
I'm saying it very nicely.
Nothing.
Because
just go.
The day that I wanted to do the shows, unfortunately, I had a plethora of shit that happened. But I'm glad that I was able to find my chi and kind of find my zen and find the be more eloquent in speaking to people, because I didn't want to rub people the wrong way. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I wanted the message to be conveyed opposed to my passion or my aggression about things. Because when I got off the phone with Lawrence, I was dead ass serious. Me and Lawrence had a conversation because I saw a post about some shit, and we don't play politics. Mm-hmm. It's never about politics, but the reality of it is if you don't cut the fucking mustard, you just don't cut the mustard, my nigga. That period.
That's just if it don't work. If we're not for if we don't like what we see, we don't like what we see. It's not it's not personal to you. It's just that's just how it is.
It's just how it is. And I have to say, shout out to P. We have, like I said, I have been the littlest person that knew everybody. Me and P are cool. We've had 6-hour conversations about different shit, because even if I'm very open about it. If I don't like it, I'm going to talk about it on my show, and I'm going to talk very candidly about the shit. I'm not ever going to expose certain things that need to stay business behind the scenes, because I do realize that there's this side, that side, and there's the middle of, what you understood it to be, what that person understood it to be, or where the flat out fucking lie is. And the meat and potatoes is right there in the middle. So, friends of mine that are battlers that have, dealt with him, and there's things that they didn't like that he did, but he made a statement to me that, I know he's under fire right now. But like I said, I'm very open with my feelings about certain things, you know what I mean, with him. So he knows exactly where I stand. Debo as well. They know you know what I mean? I cannot be compromised. It's just what it is. Okay. So I speak on things the way I speak on things, and but there's certain things that shouldn't be. But I will say he had said something to me that he had said to a battler, and I was like, well, why would you say some shit like that? What he said was, everything that you've done out there doesn't matter anymore until you get, it doesn't matter anymore when you get here. Now, I'm a stickler on, sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it or how you word it.
Yes, I believe that.
That's not no shit that I would ever say to anybody.
Right. No, right.
However, when you get into a certain hat, when you start wearing a certain hat, you have to look at things from a whole different perspective. So that's where my learning with the brand has come into play on how I have to do certain things. And apply that to the 1SK and Brick by Brick. Another thing that makes it hard is because I see the work that people do.
Right.
And I see the grind, and I see you may have battled this person, you may have battled that person, and obviously your work does matter because I saw you. It was that battle that made me come see. You could have gotten that seasoned battler that put you there, and then you got another seasoned battler, but you're here now.
Yep.
So the other day when I was dealing with a situation, it made me think about that. And it was kind of like, how do you tell somebody that? You know what I mean? Now it's kind of like, I don't want to downplay nothing that you did. However, the difference is from you got this name over here, and he just came off this battle where he beat shit down somebody else's leg, and now you got him and you did well, whether you won, lost, or not, or you're in a 1SK turn. I'm not a 1SK. I'm sorry. S1 tournament over at King of the Dot, and you want to now do a 1SK. That you have to be realistic with yourself, because I don't hide that it is a invest in yourself type of situation. And you may have been investing in yourself all this time and you're thinking, damn, I'm finally here and I got to do it again. But I look at it like this. Doctors go to school, lawyers go to school for 10, 12 years. They intern for free. And you finally get that job that's about to pay you $200,000 a year or whatever, depending on what you're doing. Okay, you're there you finally made it to the money. You see what I'm saying? But you got student loans. That's about to eat up half of what you just, you see what I'm saying? You at half of what you're making. You needed to decide if you wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor early on and map out the fact that I'm gonna get on top of the hill and I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, but I still gotta fight that uphill battle because I'm in debt $200,000 and I'm making $200,000 now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that student debt is eating that shit up.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So for some people that may not make sense, but for a battler, I understand. And it's kind of hard to say, yeah, I want this person to have a 1SK, but this is what the process is. There is no changing that. And we do it this way for a reason. Because for us, the financials of it all, it may cost you, because I know for me, and for you, flying out, and we're at most of these events, if not all, flying out. And when I had to pay for my flights and my stay, only thing I'm paying for now is my food. But I've been in the culture for 10 years. Now I'm in a different position. My investment is paying off. But at the same time, but you see what I'm saying? At the same time, shit, I still ain't made back all the money that I have spent.
Right.
Flights ain't cheap. Hotels ain't cheap.
Listen,
Airbnb's not cheap.
Absolutely. And when I start to look at that and I start really, being around the culture and when the cameras are off and seeing how, everything goes, that's what it comes down to. It's like when I booked my flight to Atlanta and I'm ready to, I'm ready to go. It's an investment for me. As I'm looking right now, I'm sitting at my table in my apartment and I look and I see my journalism degree and I'm like, my investment is starting to.
Prime example. Right. Prime example. And not, long story short, it's kind of hard because it's discouraging because I want so much for these people, but I can understand why they wouldn't want to do a 1SK or whatnot. I don't know what their financial situations are. I was talking to one young lady and she was just like, I don't know because I was supposed to have this battle and that battle. I was supposed to do this for me and it was supposed to do that for me and they didn't show up and now I gotta, I can't recomp that money, and it's hard. She's living by herself and all these different things. And it's like, I get it. But I promise you, if you just, you know what I mean? But I can't say to you, I understand. Because, there was a time where I wasn't able to just pick up and go to all these events as media. So you have to make a plan and you got to be very honest with yourself from that perspective and the perspective of, I've done these other battles, whether I pay for them or not. I've done these other battles to get these names, to get my profile out there. But now I got to take a step back and not get paid. You got to figure out if that's going to work for you. Because although you've done all these great things, and like I said, just reiterating that what P, how P said it, no, he didn't say it the right way, but you just made it to the big show.
Right.
Where it matters now.
Right.
And I'm not being funny when I say this. RBE doesn't need you.
You can also say that for a lot of other leaks as well. You can say KOTD URL doesn't need
URL.
Say that.
Right. If they did, you would be there.
Right.
You would be there. Right. You would be on their main stage. You would be on caffeine.
I want to circle back to because there's been a lot has been said, and I now I know that Winged had a lot to say with this, and I'm glad that I jumped at the opportunity to have her, to give her the platform to say everything that she has on her mind. Yes. But the most important thing we're talking about moving forward. We're talking about the future, and the future is that Brick by Brick Volume 2 is already set in stone. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
Yes, Pennsylvania.
You shouted out Rosenberg Raw. You shouted out Rosenberg.
Yes, sir.
Raw.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me. What can we expect from Brick by Brick Volume?
Rosenberg, because listen, it's crazy because Rosenberg was kind of on the same thing. If you're watching, and I keep going back to ARP because people have selective watching of things. Even
selective watching is a thing. Selective watching is a thing.
It's a thing. And this is why a lot of people are in the know of certain things and you have questions. I mean, shit be right there in your faces and y'all don't see it. ARP drops jewels. He drops a lot of jewels. But
he think he's slick sometimes. He think
he really be thinking he's slick. Because I saw him over there cracking the Da Vinci Code in the comments. Like, I see what you did there. I see that. But Rosenberg, as we're developing Brick by Brick 1, we didn't even have a name. Mm-hmm. We didn't even have a name. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like, hell, that's been the mantra of the league, of the platform.
Right.
This is really going to be a building block type of situation.
Yep.
Simplicity. But Rosenberg was hitting up ARP at that time because ARP had did a blog about expansion and doing more different type of ventures or whatnot. Like, y'all should have really came out if you could. For that first one, we made history with that because this was the first time that they decided, you know what, we're listening to y'all, which they listen a lot, but decided to go on faith of the fans of saying, hey, such and such did that one SK. Why y'all didn't do this with him? Why y'all didn't do that with him? I even watched before I even got this position. It was just like, I see people and I was, even then I was just like, damn. But Rosenberg was just like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. Why don't y'all do this? And why don't y'all do that? And he was like, well, funny you say that. So Rosenberg he got happy and he kind of started doing his, started kind of planning. And then it was like, hold on, Rosenberg, wait a minute. He jumped out that window. And it was so cool because a passion in wanting.
He was excited. He was like,
very excited.
It's an opportunity for his backyard to get the
look.
Yes, the look that they deserve. Absolutely.
Yeah. If this goes, and again, y'all's participation, it matters. It matters.
Absolutely.
If these things go good, it will be a 2-day event.
Okay.
Right. It will be a 2-day event where there will be talent that will be on the first day that some people may not know of. And I feel so bad because even now there's so many Philly people that I didn't even know that are
Philly is
Kaboom, I'm looking for you because I need you on one of my
Kaboom. Wait,
Pennsylvania cards.
Kaboom!
We did not name it. We did not name it Brick by Brick Philly because we did want people to understand this is a collective of Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. We want.
So if you coming from Pittsburgh, if you coming from Pittsburgh, come on over. If you coming from Philly, come on over. Wilkes-Barre, like everywhere.
This is
Norristown, everywhere.
But on top of that, this is one of the installments where we're trying to, it's where we're having it is centrally, well, not centrally, it's convenient. I think it's like maybe 45 minutes to an hour, hour and a half from New York. So there's a lot.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, guys?
There's
Did you hear that?
Representation of the East Coast on this card.
There's an opportunity here, people. There's an opportunity here. Did you hear what she just said? Wing, I don't like to ask other people to repeat themselves, but could you please repeat what you just said for those people?
Absolutely.
Please.
This card, or the location is, we're wanting to represent the East Coast. So it's centrally located for you to get there. It may take 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Right up the road.
Right.
Come network with us. If you're not on this card, come network with us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, I have to shout out Rosenberg so much because he took the reins. He, at our group conversations, he's realizing how much as the battler, I don't do shit. They already they already love their treatment with RBE, but being on the other side of things, he realized how much work is put into this shit. And he's like, look, okay, so his business hat got put on and he just
took off running.
Everything. He had a whole plan. I'm like, oh my, look at the little grasshopper. Like, he is really, I so appreciate the fact that like he's put a lot into this because we're not there. We really didn't, he had to be our inside man. And then on top of that, it was an opportunity for him to for us to see certain talent that
it benefits everybody. It benefits
everybody. But again, New York, New Jersey.
She's helping she's giving what else can she do? What else? She just said wherever this event is taking place. It's a 2-day event.
2 days.
It's centrally located.
We will be there 2 days. Both days.
Centrally located, 45 minutes to an hour from New York, New Jersey. So if you want a chance to be on the RBE platform and get an opportunity, I suggest that you just hop in the car and make that drive. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. I drove 3 hours. I drove 3 hours to go to get to Houston to get these interviews and make sure my job was done.
Yeah.
So you can hop in the car for an hour and a half.
And even if it's not in the car, you can get Greyhound is $84 round trip from my understanding. What
else can she do for y'all?
Right. That's a big opportunity for up and coming battlers that they don't understand. Shout out to Pyrex because that's something like when he came out to the event, certain battlers they spend their money to come network. We look at that. I definitely look at that. I look at that.
It's the most important thing. It's the most important
thing to
getting your face in front of people, making sure they know who you are, what you bring to the table.
And the media outlets are there.
That's not politicking. That's just what you have to do.
That's what you have to do. And the media outlets are there. Get on them cameras.
Come talk to me. I'll be there.
He's not bougie. You're a battler. He knows you. He will get you on that camera. Your face has to be out.
I got the camera right here, bro. Let's what? I'm helping you. Help me help you. You know what I'm saying? So
at the end of the day, there's things that I feel like there's talent out there that wants to be seen, and we can't be everywhere. You understand?
Right.
I can only watch. So listen, battle rap is so elevated now, whereas I used to be able to keep my eye on everything. I can't do it anymore. So women and men, I know, like I try to keep, that's kind of my grassroots. is we always talked about the battlers that weren't seen. You know what I mean? And they would end up on platforms. I'm still that same person. So yeah. And this venture with Brick by Brick, it also, I like the fact that we're hitting different locations. So it's not always in the same place.
Right. So we're
working with other leagues.
So we can confirm that we are, working with other leagues. That's very
You see, that's why we worked with Houston Barcode. It's trying to, you see what I'm saying? It's an effort where we want to bring it full spectrum. We want to be able to, it gives that league some validity, because they say somebody can't make a 1SK, or, you know, they're not good enough, but they do have the talent or whatever. That puts the eyes on that league, because guess what? We're promoting with them.
I want to point out something, because the two people that were picked for a 1SK for this last Lifty Soul Reloaded were not on the RBE card of that event. They were picked from the Houston Barcode event the day before. So when I tell y'all, if you aren't necessarily on the RBE card, but you're on the card the day before, still show out, because there will be people watching. Yes. I've seen this. I've seen the whole thing unravel in front of my eyes. 6'8" and Will Major were on the Houston Barcode card, and then months later we're on a 1SK at Lifted So Reloaded. Take this opportunity. They are doing everything that they can to go to these specific areas to give these opportunities to people. And it's not just benefiting the battlers, but it's also benefiting the region, the scene, everything.
Absolutely. So let me add another tidbit in there. So even though that part, like you said, the day one card, but the day two card, Brick by Brick, ARP is usually in the building.
He was there. He was there in Houston. You know what he told me? He said, I'm a fan. I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan today. So I'm like, look at you, man. Look at you.
And he so was, because our group message, he once we all got back home and everything, he was like, I felt like him with a fan hitting him up. He's like, the objective was made. And it, like, him and Ant were, and their newest partner, they both came. So it was kind of like when they walked through the door, I was like, oh shit. Listen, I felt like I'm good under pressure. Like, I'm one of those people. Other than written tests, I don't do written tests good.
Hey, listen.
I am that person under pressure. I work harder. Listen. That man walked in the building and he was like,
of course, yeah. You know ARP.
Straight face. I was like, oh shit.
That's what he was telling me when I went over and went over to say what's up to him. He's like, oh, I'm a fan today. And I said, oh, really? I said, okay. And I watched back and I said, I loved this, because it's like, I love me. I'm always about, me personally, I'm very for giving new talent opportunities. Like, I understand there's the vets, and while the big names matchups are always fun to watch, that's really dope for me. I love the new names. I love
Flight. I will go to listen. When Queen of the Ring, nothing wrong. No, shout out to all the ladies, because I wanted to see Chrissy come back and everything. I just couldn't make that card. So Lawrence went, right? But even with the main battles, I was going for the sparring session. I was going, they had names that I love, the girls on the sparring session. I was like, this feels like
it's the hunger. It's the hunger that I
felt like old Queen of the Ring again with those names. I said, oh, I know these girls are going to show the fuck out. Two of the battles didn't happen. One of them was Eon, that was on that card. Her and Hope Trilly did not happen.
Okay.
And shout out to Hope Trilly. I forgot who Persivia was supposed to be battling. But Hope Trilly and Eon were going to be on that Gates card on my birthday. I decided to go. I saw their card and saw that they had that female event on the card. I went anyway. That's where I'm celebrating my birthday. I'm that person. Wow. When I see names that I know and I got the time, because see, I work weekends. So I've been doing that for 11 years now. Like, time is money. When I say, I'm not fronting, like, I don't write stupid posts for that. All my posts always got meaning, always. But I always say, time is money. Don't waste my fucking time. And I mean that. I mean that, because I work overnight. I'm on the graveyard shift. Let me break it down for you. I have my regular shift pay and I have my differential. I get PTO.
Talk that business shit.
You feel me? I get PTO and I get my regular pay, but my differential is wicked.
Talk. Go ahead.
So when I'm going on the weekends, for me, it gotta be like that. You feel me? That's the passion for me. I don't mind giving up that differential when I'm going on a Friday and Saturday. And where y'all Friday, it's y'all Friday, y'all kicking it. Friday for me is my Monday. Friday is my Monday. I work 4/10s. Friday is my Monday, and I get off on Tuesday morning. You feel me? So yeah. I don't mind that though, because I am a true fan of this shit, and I'm a fan of the up and comers. So yeah, I wanted to see the other people on the card. I didn't know everybody on the card, but I was glad I went to, because there was a battler that I saw at the event that me and my bro was like, hey, J2 was there. Shout out to my bro J2, Miss NYC. They was all there. Was like, oh, we want to talk to you. And I'm talking to him. He was from the Midwest. Like, I loved what he was doing. Was he the greatest? No, he wasn't, but his energy was crazy. And I could see him doing a 1SK. I just wanted to give him the shot.
It's all they need is the opportunity.
All they need is the opportunity.
That's all she can give you. That's all I can give you. I can bring you to that well, but I can't make you drink. Whatever you do there, but that's
most people, right? But most people are like, I don't want to let her down. But it's like, hey, you don't worry about letting me down. Well, worry about letting me down, but worry about what this brings to you and the steps going forward.
Right.
Because you're not just having to impress me. You're having to impress the fans. And you're having to impress ARP, the whole RBE staff. You're having to impress them, because your goal is to be consistent with RBE. Let me tell you what else that brick by brick process brings. Because like I said, with the conversations that I've had with ARP about the seasoned battlers that may not make other stages or may not be consistent, that, are kind of doing the chitlin circuit scene and, not really getting the light. And where are they now? Hey, such and such was fire. I wish that, those guys, it's giving those guys that opportunity.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's another opportunity for y'all to get to the bag. Y'all get to an opportunity. Y'all to get in front of those cameras. Y'all get that attention that y'all work so hard for.
Right.
Boy, 20, we putting this shit together, and this is some big shit. It might be the start of your career.